Hello, friends! Welcome back to our virtual ESA podcast. I'm Sunshine, a professional therapy dog, here to talk today about no matter what's distracting you, taking a moment to focus on something that makes you happy in the moment goes a long way to shaking the stress off. For example, this morning didn't start out perfectly. I was so excited for breakfast when we came downstairs that my tail got a little too enthusiastic and I knocked my water bowl right off its stand. Water went everywhere. My human wasn't angry, but they did sigh in that particular way you humans do. And I could tell it added mopping the kitchen floor to her already busy morning. For a moment, I felt that familiar pang of, uh-oh, I messed up. But here's the thing. That moment, it's already gone past. It happened. We cleaned it up together, and now I'm here with you, tail wagging and feeling perfectly content doing what I love to do, bring joy to humans. So I started thinking about how moving out of the past is something we dogs do naturally, yet it seems to puzzle our humans. We dogs don't let one bad moment define our entire day. So I want to share why that is and how you might learn to do the same to be able to choose peace on demand whenever you need it. You probably already understand that we dogs live in the present moment, not because we've mastered some ancient meditation technique, but because it's simply how our minds work. We experience what's happening right now with our full attention and heart. When my human tells me no when she's preparing dinner, and I'm hoping she'll drop something on the floor so I can help taste test it, I do feel disappointed. I really do. My nose is super sensitive, and I can almost taste that piece of beef that's so close yet so far away. So being told no genuinely makes me sad for that moment. But I don't spend the rest of the evening replaying that no in my mind. I also don't jump into the future, hoping that she'll let me be the pre-wash cycle to help clean up the dinner plates. Now, I'm super happy if that happens, but I don't leave the here and now for a maybe to come. The moment simply passes, and then something else happens. Maybe my human reaches down to pat my head or scratch behind my ears. Maybe she does give me a piece of the carrot she just sliced up. Or maybe I notice my favorite squeaky toy across the room. Maybe I just settle onto my bed and enjoy how comfortable it is, while I also enjoy the aromas in the room while my human supper is cooking. Whatever comes next is what gets my full attention. Just like that disappointing no had my full attention when it happened in that moment. This isn't about having a short memory or not learning from experience. I absolutely remember what the word no means, and I've learned which of my behaviors lead to treats and which ones don't. But if I don't get the desired outcome, I don't dwell or pout. I don't carry the emotional weight of that moment forward into my next one. For you humans with your more complex brains, my observation is that this seems to be harder for you to do. You can think about the past and the future in ways we dogs simply don't and can't. And while that's a gift for humans in so many ways, that gift sometimes becomes a burden. For example, if our roles were reversed, that disappointing moment at dinner doesn't just happen and pass for you. You think about it, analyze it, connect it to other moments, and maybe take it personally and imagine some story as to why the one making dinner must not like you if they wouldn't give you a sample when you asked. Okay, for humans overthinking that way, one small no can turn into an entire made up drama about the meaning of your day, your week, or even your life. Oof. Now, look, this brings me to my second point, which is really important, okay? We dogs do not attach stories to our setbacks. For example, I love playing fetch. There's nothing quite like the joy of running after a tennis ball, feeling the grass under my paws, the wind in my ears, the satisfaction of bringing it back. Or maybe just running around with it trying to get my human to chase me. But I am getting up in years, and there are times that I miss the catch. The ball bounces off my nose, or I misjudge the distance, or I just don't quite see it because of the sunshine in my eyes. Okay, it happens. But when I miss that catch, okay, I feel a flash of disappointment. My body was all geared up to succeed, and I didn't. But that does not mean I ever think, oh, I'm terrible at fetch. I used to be better at this. I'm getting worse. Or I'm getting old. And I definitely don't think, oh, my human must be so disappointed in me. In all honesty, I don't really think much of anything. I just reset. I run after the ball wherever it landed, and I get ready for the next round. Okay, I might have missed the catch, but I don't not chase after the ball. I have noticed that you humans tend to react way differently. One mistake, setback, or difficult moment becomes evidence that you use to beat yourself up with. Evidence that you're not good enough, that things never work out for you. Oh, you should have known better, or you're falling behind. Now, complex brains are great, but using them to take a single moment and expand it into a whole narrative about who you are, especially in a negative manner, that is not at all what I believe your superpowers were designed for. This morning's tipping over the water bowl did not transform my identity into a clumsy dog, or a dog who can't control his tail, or a dog who makes his human's life harder. No, goodness, I was just a happy dog who accidentally knocked over my water bowl. Oops, that's all it was. We dogs do experience disappointments fully in the moment they happen, and that's the key. We experience them as the isolated moments they are, not as ongoing serial chapters in some larger story about our imagined inadequacy. And because we do not build on those stories, we don't carry them with us. Each and every moment stands alone. Each moment gets to be its own thing with its own feelings, and then it's done and we move on. While humans do learn from patterns in order to better recognize when something keeps going wrong so that you can fix it, there's a difference between recognizing a pattern and creating a painful story. You can notice that something needs to change without somehow deciding that the problem is you as a person. So let's move into the third thing about us dogs. I feel this might be the most important because after something goes wrong, we shake it off and then we actively seek out the next good thing. Now, part of that is our instinct, but it's also our choice. That is key. We do not wait for permission to be happy again, okay? We don't think we have to earn it or deserve it. We just choose to find the joy. Because you know what? Joy is always there, just ready and waiting to be found. Now, let me share with you about visits to the vet. Because if there's anything that can shake a dog's composure, it's a vet visit. The car ride there, the unfamiliar smells, the cold examination table, sometimes getting shots or procedures that are uncomfortable or scary. No, I don't love it. No dog I know loves it. But yes, I feel anxious and uncertain, and sometimes a little betrayed that my beloved human has brought me to that place by luring me into the joy of a car ride. But you know what? It's over. It's over. We're walking back out to the car. The sun is warm on my fur. I can smell the grass we're passing, and oh, look, there's the car. And I do love car rides, and my human is telling me what a good boy I am. And then, before you know it, we're home. There's my water bowl, and there's treats waiting for me. There's my comfortable bed to curl up on. And you know what? There's everything here that I love about being home, including my human. I don't withhold happiness from myself because I had a hard or stressful experience. I don't think, ugh, well, that was so awful. I'm going to pout and feel awful for the rest of the day. No, The visit to the veterinarian happened, but now the good things are happening again, and I am fully present for the good things. This choosing to find the joy is where I see most humans struggle. You have something go wrong, a difficult conversation, a mistake at work, a moment of embarrassment, and you carry it with you like a weight. You come home to people who love you, to your comfortable space, small pleasures, comforts, your pet. Hello, your pet. But yet you are still hanging on to that difficult moment in the past. You analyze it, you feel it over and over and over again. You take it to bed with you and wake up with it the next morning. Meanwhile, joy and happiness opportunities are all around you. But you've decided, without even realizing it, that you don't get to feel that yet. You're choosing to withhold joy and happiness from yourself, and goodness, friends, I have to tell you, we dogs certainly will never do that. Our default setting is optimism and openness. When something, anything good is available, we embrace it. When we see an opportunity for joy, we don't ask ourselves whether we deserve it. We just wag our tails and lean into it. Now, I know you might be thinking, sure, this all sounds wonderful, but a human brain works differently. You can't just forget things that upset you or turn off worries and anxieties. Okay, you're right, you can't. Your brains are more complex than ours, and that complexity comes with challenges that we dogs don't face. But I don't think you need to become a dog to benefit from some of our wisdom. You just need to adapt it in ways that work for your human mind. My human calls this doing a manual override. First, try the 5-minute rule. When something goes wrong, set a timer and give yourself 5 whole minutes to feel whatever you need to feel. Be disappointed, be frustrated, be sad or angry. Feel it fully, but then, consciously and deliberately, when that timer goes off, stop. Do a manual override and shift your focus immediately and intentionally onto a good thing nearby that you can choose to experience. The easiest win here is hugging your pet, of course. And this isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about not letting them expand beyond their natural size. You're feeling them in the moment, you gave them their time on the clock, and now 5 minutes of genuine disappointment is done and over with. That's healthy. 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks, or even years. That is you beating yourself up with a totally fabricated story that the disappointment itself never asked you for. Second, do something physical. We dogs are very physical creatures, and when we need to reset, we shake it off. Literally, we shake our entire bodies. You know what? That helps release the physical tension and the bad feeling at the same time. You humans can do something similar. Take a walk, stretch. Your emotions live in your body as much as in your mind. So moving helps your body remove those emotions too. And if it is genuinely a big problem, you will still benefit from not letting it consume your entire present moment. You'll handle it better with a clear mind and a regulated nervous system. Third, find your version of a tennis ball. For me, a tennis ball is pure, reliable joy. No matter what kind of day I'm having, if someone throws a tennis ball, something in me just lights up. So what's your tennis ball? What brings you simple, uncomplicated joy? Easy pick is going to be your pet, of course, but maybe it's also a favorite song, or a call with a friend, your favorite warm drink. Maybe it's 10 minutes just sitting outside in the sunshine, feeling the warmth on your face. Whatever your tennis ball is, anytime you've had a hard moment, turn to that thing intentionally. Not as a distraction, but as a reminder that joy still exists and you are still allowed to experience it. Finally, treat yourself with the same grace you'd show a dog who made a mistake. When I knocked over my water bowl this morning, my human didn't decide I'm a bad dog. She didn't withhold affection or kindness. She just cleaned it up and we moved on to breakfast. her love for me is completely unchanged. You deserve that same grace from yourself. Okay, you made a mistake, or something went wrong, or you had a hard moment. That does not change your worth. It does not mean you deserve to suffer. It just means you're alive, you're still learning, and you're doing your best. Being more like a dog doesn't mean ignoring real problems or pretending everything is always fine. We dogs absolutely recognize when something is wrong. We do feel pain, fear, and sadness just like you do. But we also understand what humans often forget. A bad moment is only just a moment in time. It's not your whole day. It's certainly not your whole life. It's not a statement of any kind about who you are or what you deserve. It's just a moment. And one more moment is coming right after it, and another one after that, and another one after that. So let it go. You do have the power to let those hard moments just be whatever they are, hard but temporary, and then choose to turn toward whatever good is available to you next. The softness of your favorite blanket, cuddles with your pet, that wonderful smell of coffee or tea, and the fact that somebody somewhere loves you, especially your pet. Because all of these things are real and they count. You don't have to wait to deserve them. So next time something goes wrong, I want you to imagine you're a dog just for a second. Feel the feels and then shake it off. Literally or figuratively, shake it off. And then go find your tennis ball. Thanks for listening today, folks. And if you enjoy my new therapy talk show, please boop that subscribe button and hit the little notification bell so you get a front row seat when my next video publishes. Until then, I'm Sunshine, your virtual emotional support dog, here whenever you need me.